What is up, guys? Today I'm going to be telling you guys about the story of the first time when I ran from the cops. Yeah, I feel weird saying that, running from the cops, because it's not like I actually was doing anything bad. This probably happened like 2 years ago, and I remember it so well. I was so scared, and before you guys start thinking I was like doing something really bad or anything like that, I was not doing anything bad at all. Besides that, I'm just gonna go in and explain it. About 2 years ago, this is when I first started getting into going to abandoned places. When I first started doing it, I was just like a beginner or whatever. I think I was a senior in high school. And one day, me and 3 of my friends, we decided we were gonna go to this place called Glendale Hospital in the middle of the night. It was my friend Jordan, Tara, and Safe. This was in the middle of winter. I think it was 20 degrees out that night. Oh, well, it was freezing that night for sure. It was like 20 degrees out. There was snow all over the ground. It was insanely windy. And it was just like some creepy vibes. The place was called Glendale Hospital. I'm gonna show you a picture of what it looked like right here. It's like this creepy freaking like psych ward hospital or something crazy. We pulled up to the hospital in the middle of the night. We parked in this parking lot that was like pretty close. We had to walk through the woods to get to the hospital, and everything was like working out. We parked, we walked up to the hospital. We were in there for like 10 minutes, and it was super creepy. It was like pitch black. We couldn't see anything. We were walking around the hospital for a little bit. We were good. We were just exploring it. It was super creepy, but we were just walking around. There's like security right beside the hospital. There's like a security house with a bunch of security trucks, and they're like right in front of the hospital. We were exploring the hospital probably for like 30 minutes. We went up to the top floor of the place, which is like, we went up to the roof. My friend Jordan was taking pictures with his flash on. I remember the flash was just like so bright, and I was afraid security was gonna see us. So I was kind of like freaking out. I was just like completely like sketched out because I thought we were gonna get caught. We went up to the roof. We were up there for like 5 minutes, and then all of a sudden we hear this massive like alarm. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like a massive alarm coming from like all around the hospital, like multiple alarms. It was like some dude screaming on the alarm. It was like, "Get out of the hospital, vacate the premises, cops are on their way, like you're going to get arrested." I don't even remember exactly what it said, but those alarms, they were so loud. We were just so confused. We were walking through the hospital, and then all of a sudden, like, these freaking insanely loud alarms start going off and start saying we're gonna get arrested. We were just like, oh my goodness, we were freaking out. We were definitely kind of panicking. I was just like, yo, follow me, follow me. We tried to go back to our car. As we were trying to walk through the woods back to our car, we noticed that there was about 5 cops surrounding our car. We saw that. We were freaked out. We were like, oh my goodness, they're surrounding the car. So we couldn't even go back to the car. We didn't know what to do. We looked a little further, and we saw cops. The cops came out of their cars. They were following our tracks through the snow. They were following our footsteps in the snow. They were trying to walk through the woods and follow us like into the hospital by following our footsteps. And they had like flashlights are pointing them everywhere. And at that point, we were just like, oh no, what do we do? Because we were on like a hospital, and there's security all around. We didn't know where to go. We felt like we were trapped. And then I remembered, I don't know how I remembered this, but I was like, yo, I remember seeing a hole in the fence like really far away. We all agreed that we were gonna freaking go to this hole in the fence that was super far, because the whole place was fenced off too, and the cops were still following us, trying to follow our trail, but we were running like full speed. We went through this hole in the fence that led to someone's backyard. We ran through this dude's backyard, and then by the time we were in the front yard, there was like some cop driving by. We were like, oh my goodness. We all ducked down on the ground. We all lay down in the snow in this dude's front yard. We didn't get caught. The cop didn't notice us in the dude's front yard. After that cop drove by and we were still in the front yard, we ran into this neighborhood. We were safe from the cops pretty much. Like, the cops were driving around, so we were in the neighborhood. We were like somewhat safe, but the thing was, we didn't have anywhere to go, and the car was still surrounded by cops. We were all talking, and me and Jordan decided that we were gonna split up from Tara and Safe, and we were gonna try and go get the car back with a bunch of cops surrounding it. Tara and Safe stayed in this neighborhood that we were hiding out in, and me and Jordan, we were like going like stealth mode, freaking going through the woods, trying to like sneak up on the cops, like trying to see what they were doing to the car. The cops were just surrounding the car, just sitting there waiting for us to come back, I guess. I don't know if they were gonna arrest us or what. We were hiding in the woods, watching the car for 2 hours. Keep in mind, it was 20 degrees out, snow all over the ground. It was insanely windy. Keep in mind, we weren't expecting to be there for that long, so we didn't really like have the necessary clothes to be outside for like 3 hours. neither of us could feel our feet, or like neither of us could like feel our whole body. We were like freezing. We were trying to contact Tara and Safe while we were hiding in the woods. They wouldn't answer us for a while, and we were just kind of like confused. After about like an hour or hour and a half, whatever, Tara and Safe called us or texted us. I think their phone was dead and they finally got it charged again. They called us, they're like, yo, we took an Uber. They got out of there, they took an Uber all the way home, which was like an $80 Uber. They didn't know where we were, their phone was dead. And they didn't know what was gonna happen, so they just took an Uber and went home. 30 minutes later, the cops surrounding our car decided to leave. And then me and Jordan, we freaking ran up to the car right when the cops left. We got to the car and we looked on the windshield and there was just a freaking parking ticket. You weren't allowed to park there past 8 or something stupid like that. We know that they were trying to get us, and if they ever saw us, we would have been in way more trouble than just a parking ticket. We got back in the car. We were freaking out. We drove home, like about an hour home. Our hearts were racing so fast. I got home, I realized, I was like, yo, I can't feel my 2 big toes anymore. I guess I got frostbite on my 2 big toes really bad. For about a year, I had no feeling in my 2 big toes. Within this last year, I've actually started to gain like the feeling back in my 2 big toes. And like the next day, we like went to school and we were like talking about it and like telling people about it. That was the first time I had an interaction with the cops like that. And then I actually went back to that same hospital like 4 months ago actually, and we were fine. We went in the middle of the day. We didn't get caught, and I made a video there. That's the story of the first time I ran from the cops. If you guys ever plan to go into abandoned places, you kind of have to expect to run from the cops. Don't be surprised if cops try to come get you. That's the end of my story. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys learned a lesson from it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe for more. Peace.